And guess what? There's going to be even less in the future. And you start wondering, what are they going to do with all these people? And this falls into the New World Order. What are they going to do with these people? They could either have a massive war, which just wipes out a great majority of the population, or they can convince us into ways of not having babies in the future, which they've done probably from their point of view, a less than stellar job at it. Because the population continues to grow. And we know by certain signs that the elite think we're overpopulated. And we might be, I don't know. I'm not an expert in that. But I can tell you what, I'm not of the mindset that thinks we should find ways to get rid of the population or just eliminate parts of it. Because I like human beings sometimes. I believe in freedom. So everybody who's a human being is allowed to have some kind of freedom. And I don't think the governments of the world or the New World Order should control our lives and should determine if we should exist or shouldn't exist. We can look back at all the collectivists throughout time, the Hitlers, the Stalins, Pol Pots. If you were part of their collective thought process, you were okay, at least for a little while. And if you weren't part of it, you didn't matter. Let's just go murder a bunch of you. That's what collectivists do. It's what democracy is. If you got 4 people in a room and 3 people vote to kill you, and you're the only one that votes opposed, guess what? You're a goner, man. You are a goner. Unless you can hold it. You know, the majority, you're screwed. That's the problem with democracies and socialism. It's a mob mentality. The majority rules. That's why I'm a person who believes in the Constitution. And a lot of people are going to go, well, the Constitution had this and that. And there were means to change that, and we did change those things that were no longer acceptable. It's called constitutional conventions. It's called amendments. Doing them properly. We've had a few done properly, and then we've had a couple that are very questionable on how they were implemented. We sit here and we play the game for these puppet masters. And their puppets divide us and find ways to inspire us to do things. And sometimes when they inspire us to do things, it goes beyond what they expected. Because once you set a vast number of people in motion, not even the controller is able to stop them sometimes. Because when that mob mentality happens, look out. You end up like parts of St. Louis, you end up like parts of Baltimore. The worst thing in the world we can do right now is go to anything that is called a protest. Because one, you're putting yourself at risk of being injured. But two, even if you think this is a peaceful protest, right now there are agents from the New World Order that infiltrate these peaceful protests and become provocateurs. And that's how all this stuff happens. And that's how more police gets on the street, more militarization of the police force. And that's how, like in the United Kingdom, how they're allowed to run the army to wherever strategic site whatever they call a strategic site because of a bucket bomb, a failed bucket bomb, whatever they feel like putting the military at and calling a strategic site, now they can have the military just standing there doing their thing until the crisis is over. When again, as we see in so many other things, they were able to pinpoint these perps beforehand. They had an idea they were going to do something, and they didn't do anything to prevent it. Or very little. We've got to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Back with our final segment after this. Where do you think you're going?
The John Lebang Show will be right back.
So grab a beer and a smoke and sit your butt back down. Stay right here.
Powerful, epic music by Toothbox Row. Life-changing lyrics come in every style, empowering humanity to finally unlock the chains of bondage. Experience the edgy side of positive music and rock your world today. From Primal to Divine, available now at sassyalternativemusic.com.
If you want to contact the John Lebang Show, feel free to send an email to jlebang@live.com. And if you're on Twitter, look him up at John Lebang. And don't forget to go to his Facebook page at The John Lebang Show. Now here's John.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are rounding out the broadcasting schedule for this week. Wanted to bring up one last little thing before we head on out of here. We were talking about puppets earlier in the evening. And well, remember during the election how, and even after the election, there was a lot of people, including myself, and I actually made a point of it. In fact, I think I'm right. In fact, I think I predicted this might happen. But we're not going to give me all the credit because there were a lot of other people that were smelling this out. But here we see Donald Trump working with the Democrats and not holding up the promises he made to his supposed base. And here's Donald Trump, who's supposedly against illegal immigration. He wants to build a wall, supposedly. Yet, soon after he takes out, rescinds DACA, soon after he does that, he goes straight to the Democrats and extends his hand and says, let's work together to get some kind of legislative agreement on this, and maybe we can work on the budget together. And I don't know if many of you remember, but I used to, when I was making my attempt at the presidency, when I declared my self eligible to run for president, I did a little ad that, that pointed out a few things about Donald Trump. And we're 9 months into his administration, and I think the cat is out of the bag, so to speak. We're looking at a situation where not only is he not holding up his end of the deal, he's not getting anything done that he promised. Let's be honest, the Republican Party isn't helping him along. So now he turns to the Democrats, the party that has supposedly hated him this whole time, to work with him on DACA, maybe the budget, and other things. And there's also talk, out of the White House for that matter, that they're not going to pull out of the climate change Paris deal now. So, have we been had? Was Donald Trump a progressive plant the whole time? Was he there to, just take out any opposition in the Republican Party, knowing full well that the American people didn't want anything to do with the Democrats anymore. And just to prove my point, I'm going to play you that ad.
The following advertisement is paid for Banger for President 2016.
Donald Trump. He wants single-payer health care.
Everybody's got to be covered. This is an un-Republican thing for me to say, because a lot of times they say, no, the lower 25%, they can't afford private. But everybody's going to be taken care of much better than they're taken care of now.
He's even said he's a Democrat.
In many cases, I probably identify more as a Democrat.
So why the hell is he running as a Republican?
Makes you scratch your head.
Oh, I'm confused, man. So when both parties are on the left,
Then do the right thing.
vote for none of the above, man. Because what difference does it make anyways? We're all screwed.
Banger 2016.
I'm John Lebang, and I approve this message. Up next, we have our new weekly segment, Drop It Like a Deuce, with our good friend Shady. How you doing, everyone? Let's drop it like a deuce. If you want to win a prize, drop it like a deuce. Are you sure this is a good idea? If you want to have a good time, drop it like a deuce.
I have a bad feeling about this.
No need to sterilize. Drop it like a deuce. Oh no. Drop it like a deuce. Drop it like a deuce. Okay, our first category this week is weather. Our first call comes in from Montreal, Canada. Wilfred, give us a type of weather.
A blizzard!
Okay, thanks for your call. Don't forget, if you're listening in right now, feel free to go to the chat room and let us know what type of weather you'd like. Going out to El Paso, Texas. Paco, what say you?
Hey, give me a hurricane, man!
Okay, thanks for your call. Okay, now our second category is lead character. And for that, we're heading out to Ottawa, Canada. And Gordy.
Give me a little bit of Leroy, eh?
Okay, thanks for your call. Now over to Boston, Massachusetts. Carrie. All right, thanks for your call. Now our third category is a random item. And with that, we're heading out to Phoenix, Arizona. Ronald, what say you?
A fire extinguisher.
Okay, thanks for your call. Now over to Chicago, Illinois. Peppa, give us an item.
How about a blow-up doll?
Blow-up doll it is. Thanks for your call. Now in our last category, give us two supporting actors. And with that, we're heading out to England. Henry, what say you?
Humboldt Ditsy Stupa in Abu.
And for our last call, we're going back out to England. Paul, what say you?
John, I want to hear you and the virtual medical doctor.
Okay, thanks for your call. And that's it for this week's Drop It Like a Deuce. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm going to take off now, so see you later. Bye. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for yet another 60 minutes of sonic vibrations known as The John Lebang Show. Like to thank all my affiliate stations, including the just incredible amount that has been picking me up in the United Kingdom. I think I have now 7 affiliates in the United Kingdom. It's amazing how much I'm spreading out there. I'm almost like a virus. Hopefully this virus is very contagious. Please go to my website. That's www.jlebang.com. Thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it, everybody. It's been an incredible. I was just asked, actually. It was 5 years ago this summer that I started this journey when I was doing all this on YouTube. And now I'm on so many stations across the world. I'm having hundreds and hundreds of thousands of listeners listen to me. It's just an incredible thing. I just don't know what to say sometimes because I'm so humble. So thank you, the listeners who have been with me since the very beginning, and of course all the new listeners and everybody in between. And until the vibrations of my vocal cords reach your ears again, this is John Lebang signing off from the Banger Studio.
Next week. Same time, same space, same station. Resistance is futile.
Yeah, when the two-party system leaves you feeling ill deep down,
then you only have one option. Vote for none of the above, man, or else you'll get the runs.
I'm John Lebang, and I approve this message.